Will this man keep his record intact and catch a pass in his 92nd straight game today, hopefully thrown from this man who may have a back problem? While this man who has the highest interception rate in the NFC may have trouble completing passes against this group, which just happens to be the second toughest pass defender in the NFL. This man may make it at a wild card entry, while this man appears to have no wild chance. Although, confused? Don't be. As these and other questions will be answered when you watch today's NFC contest between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealer, who invite you to see and test drive the all-new LTD and Mustang. Norelco rotary razors for a close shave with no nicks, no cuts, no gotcha. And by Light Beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
Good afternoon from Giant Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. A beautiful November day as the Giants and the Eagles are ready for their first meeting of this season. Hello, everyone. I'm Don Criqui with Sonny Jurgensen. Winning football games now is much a matter of who's healthy as talent and preparation. The Eagles might be a contender now, Sonny. Do you think they're that good?
They are that good when you consider, Don, who they've beaten. New England, Miami, Washington. They've beaten some good football teams. They think they're good. They think they have a realistic chance of getting to the playoffs.
But both these teams, as is just about every team in the NFL right now, have injured players. Krefli, the outstanding tight end of the Eagles, is out, and he's really the guy that makes their offensive line go.
That's true. They missed him. Osborne got in and had to play against the Cardinals, dropped a couple of passes that hurt him. They're going to miss Krefli today. They will have Wilbert Montgomery returning, though. That's a plus for them.
And the Giants might have to change pitchers. Their starting quarterback, Joe Pisarcik, Jersey Joe, is trouble with the flu. And we might see some of Randy Dean, the young man out of Northwestern who's had very limited playing time. But he's about the only guy that's really ready to go for them.
They think they've been talking about giving this young man some playing time. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing him play. They say he's an excellent athlete, can throw the ball well. He might be the best of all of them.
All right, here's our officiating crew for today's game. The referee is Cal Lepore. As the Giants have won the toss, they'll be receiving to start the game. And there is Nick Mickemeyer with the ball teed up and ready to hit it for the Eagles. While back deep for the Giants, Doug Coder is back at the goal line. And back there with him is Bobby Hammond to the right, 33 and 44. The kick heads downfield. This is Hammond 2 yards deep in the end zone. He's to the 10. The Eagles with good special teams pursuit cut him down at the 17-yard line and come close to getting a flag. Eagles are hitters, an aggressive, enthusiastic team. Offensively, the Giants break down as follows. Pisarcik will start at quarterback with Hammond and Zonka, his running backs. The pass catchers, Johnny Perkins, Jimmy Robinson, and Gary Shirk starts at tight end today. There's the interior line, a change at right tackle. Benson is in as two previous right tackles have gone down with injuries. Mikalajic, who had a big year. And then Gordon King is out this game, the #1 draft choice after injuring an ankle against Washington. First and 10 Giants, 17-yard line, opening play from scrimmage. In the flat, they go to Perkins, and the Eagles run it down. Here's a penalty marker, Sonny.
Oh, an excellent play by Ray Phillips, subbing for Drew Mahalik. Coming in early, made a good play then, reading that screen and hustling over there. You see the Eagle defensive line, Manny Sistrunk. I think Dennis Harrison is starting in his place, along with Charlie Johnson and Carl Hairston. Their linebackers, Wilkes, Berge, LeMaster, not Mahalik, but it's going to be Ray Phillips. Howard, Herman Edwards, Randy Logan, and Johnny Sanders in the secondary. Good defensive football team.
Well, they've intercepted 19 passes, 10 different interceptors so far in the Eagle defense. Both the teams need to score more points. The Eagles have scored over 17 only once all season. That was in a losing effort at Washington in the second game. And the Giants in the last 6 weeks haven't gone above 17. They had some big offensive days early in the season. In fact, in the first 5 games, they scored twice as many points as they have in the subsequent 6 games. So they've got to get points, and the Eagles have been winning with defense.
Both teams have been with good defense. The front 7 of the Giants and also that entire defensive team of the Philadelphia Eagles.
First down.
Well, right away, the Giants make a mistake, and they're going to start out in the hole. They're inside of their own 10-yard line. First down and 20 yards to go.
That hurts. The ball at the 9-yard line. I set in the backfield. Pizarczyk has not thrown well, particularly in recent weeks, and they go to the run, and Bob Hammond gets a whole load of Hairston. Carl Hairston has been the best defensive lineman on the Eagles, and his coach, Marion Campbell, your former teammate, Tony, says he plays the run as good as anybody in the league.
He does. He feels that he's playing it as well as anybody. You see this from behind the quarterback. Hammond, no place to go. Hairston playing off the block of Gravel, or Doug Van Horn then, I think, and makes the play.
The Eagles have beaten the Giants the last 5 times they've played, and 8 of the last 9 times. So the Giants have had a continuing problem with Philadelphia in the recent seasons as Pizarczyk's numbers are up, and he has a long count to go. 2 second down and 20. Going to run it again. And again, the Eagles shut it right down as there's no cracks in that defensive front of Philadelphia.
How he avoided making contact then, I don't know. If there's any contact made by the defensive player, it would be a penalty on them, but he got back and held his ground. No penalty.
The Eagles have won 5 of their last 8 games with a defense that's allowed under 12 points a game to the opposition. They've been real tough to score on. Now the Giants break the huddle. They have speed at either flank. Emery Moorhead is wide to the right, second year from Colorado. At the top of your screen up to the right is Johnny Perkins, flyer out of Abilene. Pizarczyk with his first throw. It's a home run shot. Here's Perkins going for the ball, and the Eagles break it up. Doubled up on the outside receivers, and Herman Edwards, 46, came over, had a play on the football, could not intercept. And so now the Giants will have to punt the ball, and Sonny, the Eagles can come out of this with good field position.
Good field position, because at that end of the field, Jennings will have to kick out of the end zone. There's a lot of swirling wind down there. Being down on the field, they say that is the worst spot of the field.
Jennings is a 44-yard per try punter. One of the very best, and back is John Shira, former quarterback at UCLA under Eagle coach Dick Vermeil. He's the deep safety to return the punt. He's standing inside the 50-yard line. Ball is hit well. Shira takes it back at his 46-yard line. Across the 50, and Shira takes it down to the Giant 42-yard line. A punt of 44 yards from Jennings. A return of about 10 yards by Shira. John Scorpin comes down to make the play on special teams. So the Eagles take over the football for the first time in the game. They have good field position. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Giant 42 with nothing up on the board yet.
These are 2 of today's newest razors. The one on the right is the new Norelco rechargeable rotary razor. This one has 2 blades and pivots up and down. The new Norelco 36 blades in 3 adjustable floating heads and a new shaving angle. Both give you a close shave. But the new Norelco rechargeable lets you walk away from soap and water. Of course, they do give you one thing Norelco doesn't. Gotcha! The new Norelco rechargeable rotary razor. Still no gotcha. Phantom of the night. Elegant. Elusive. Introducing the Phantom Cat. A bold, distinctive Mercury Cougar XR7 in midnight blue and chamois. With a hauntingly beautiful new face. Elegantly styled. Deeply cushioned. A luxurious Mercury Cougar XR7 called the Phantom Cat.
Isn't this your year to join the cat set?
The Eagles have the ball. 1st and 10 at the Giant 42-yard line. First possession for the Eagles in this game. Jaworski, the quarterback. Wilbert Montgomery is in as the deep back in the I set. Has missed the last 2 games. He was the NFC's leading rusher until he went down with an ankle injury. They go to the up back, the fullback Hogan, and he blasts inside the 40, hits down to the 38-yard line. Kelly and Carson knocked him down for the Giants, but there was a pickup on the play of almost 4.
First time they've had these 2 backs. Watch Harry Carson. One of the best ones. Coming in, Lukin's coming over trying to hit him, and you see him playing off the block, making the play. Tom Lukin in on the block there.
Wilbert Montgomery has over 750 yards rushing, even though he's only played 9 games. Jaworski hands up, and there is Montgomery, and there's that speed. It's a first down Eagles. He's down to the 31-yard line. Ernie Jones, a safety, knocked him down. And here's how the Eagles break down with Jaworski at quarterback, Montgomery and Hogan the setbacks. Harold Carmichael, he's the guy to watch, the big 6'8" wide receiver. Ken Payne is the other. Osborne, a backup, starts at tight end with Prefley out. Walters is the best offensive lineman. Harvey Martin of Dallas says he's the best in the league at left tackle. As the Eagles now set it up 1st and 10 at the Giant 31. Jaworski with a deep drop. He's got a man open over the middle, and the ball caroms in the air off the hands of his tight end Osborne, and it was a free football for the Giants. It went 15 yards downfield, skipped right off Osborne's hands.
Where did he drill him too? Osborne's hurt. He hurt his hands then. He's coming off the field. He may have hurt his wrist that time. This will force the Eagles, what we were talking about. It might force them to go in to a 3 wide receiver offense. This really becomes a problem for them now because their only other backup tight end is Bill Larson. They just signed.
Bill Larson, a free agent out of Minnesota. The Eagles now have it 2nd down and 10 at the Giant 31. Hogan runs with the ball and gets it up the gut down to the 28-yard line. Pickup of 3. Carson, the middle linebacker, again on the stop for the Giants.
Not only losing Osborne hurt him pass-wise, but what it really does, it affects their running game so because you lose that extra blocker, that tight end blocking in there.
Here's the Giant defensive breakdown. Martin, Mendenhall, Archer, and Gregory across the front 4. Van Pelt, Carson, and Kelly, the linebackers. Terry Jackson, a rookie, and Ray Rhodes are at the corners with Mallory and Jones, the safeties. 3rd down and 7, Philadelphia. No score first quarter. Jaworski sets up a big rush against him. He gets the ball away. It comes in on the 1 hop. He's going to Carmichael, kept it down low. Jones was covering. A big rush was coming from George Martin, the left end. And so now the Eagles are faced with a 4th down.
They also came with a blitz in. Carson came, the linebackers came on him. I'm sure they'd like to put a lot of pressure on Jaworski coming in this game with a back injury. Here's Carmichael. Take a look at him. He's just a little center pattern cutting across. He's open momentarily, but the ball's thrown low and behind him because of the rush.
Carmichael's caught 35, and of course he's caught passes in 91 consecutive games. The all-time record is Abramowitz with 108. Mickemeyer going to try a long field goal. It's going to have enough distance, but he's wide to the left. And so a 45-yard attempt by Mickemeyer goes wide. And the Giants will take over at the previous line of scrimmage, which was their 28-yard line. So with no score up, when we come back, the Giants have the ball back.
Welcome, everybody, to the light beer battle of the big guys. And there they are, 2 teams locked in mortal combat to decide the eternal argument over light beer from Miller. On one side, the big guys who think the best thing about light is it tastes great. Yeah, it tastes great. On the other side, the big guys who think the best thing about light is it has a third less calories than their regular beer. It's less filling. Less filling.
I feel strongly both ways.
I tell you, this is really no respect. Blue is the violet and red is the rose. You don't pull them or break your nose.
The tension here is almost unbearable.
Oh, you got it.
They can't go on much longer. Something big has got to happen soon. Holy cow, look at that.
Hi, Mickey.
Hi, dolls.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I still don't know why they asked me to do this commercial.
Harold Robbins' bestseller, The Pirate, becomes a powerful television event. Starting Tuesday on CBS, Harold Robbins, The Pirate.
Sonny, your old club has an early problem.
Yes, they do. The Cardinals are back, won 3 straight. They lead 7-0 in the first quarter. Willard Harrell returned a punt, 70 yards.
Here at Giant Stadium, we have no score. The Giants with their second possession here in the first quarter at their 28-yard line after a missed 45-yard field goal by Mickemeyer of the Eagles. As Archick throws and Perkins catches the ball for a first down. He's out to the Giant 45. He caught it on Herman Edwards.
Boy, excellent timing on this throw by Joe. Little waggle action going away from the backs. He sets and throws the ball before the move is ever made. Good catch in there. Johnny Perkins.
Now Doug Coder comes into the Giant offensive backfield. The Jets have jumped out in front of New England 7-0 on a Kevin Long run in the first quarter. So Pizarczyk drills Johnny Perkins. The Giants have their biggest gainer and 1st and 10 at their 45. Pitch back. Here comes Hammond. Coder blocks well, and Hammond turns the corner. But good lateral pursuit by the Eagles. There's Hairston, who we've heard so much about, playing the run and knocked him down for a short gain.
And he came from the other side to do it. He made an excellent play coming all the way across. Looked like Hammond was going to break out of that and make a big run out of it. Good lateral pursuit.
So now we have 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Giants. Ball's at their 46-yard line. And they go to a big back, Willie Spencer. They might hold him to pass block for Pizarczyk. Coder's a good pass catcher. He's the other setback. Now they send Spencer in motion. A pitch back, and Spencer leads the blocking. Coder runs, gets out of bounds at about midfield. Berge knocked him out of bounds. Tampa Bay has moved in front of Buffalo 7-0 in the first quarter.
12-yard run by Ricky Bell.
Coder's got a good yardage per carry average, 4.8. Ricky Bell putting those first points up for Tampa Bay as they lead the Bills. Now Spencer goes out and Hammond goes back in. Coder averaging 4.8 yards a carry. Hammond is the Giants' leading rusher with just under 500 yards through the first 11 games. Pizarczyk hitting only 45% of his throws, and the percentage has been way down in recent weeks. 3rd and 6. Gets away from the rush. He's going to get a first down. Pizarczyk gets the ball inside the 45-yard line of Philadelphia, and the Giants have a first down on a scramble by Pizarczyk.
Well, it was just because of his strength and size does he escape this rush. Trying to find someone to throw to, but you see right there, Hairston hits his shoulder pad, and just because of the size of him, he breaks it, makes a good run for the first down. The reason we saw Willie Spencer in there, I think, Dom, is because Billy Taylor has sprained an ankle, and his return today is doubtful.
So the Giants start to move the football now, and Dick Vermeer wants a clarification of the rules here.
Your phone working? I don't want. I want one's off or all off. So just take them off. And we'll get there. Leave me off. Keep me off. Off. We'll get this. Until you get the other. Until they get that one fixed. Put the dead one on. When that comes on, then we'll get a wall on.
But telephones aren't working.
There's some complaint about the headset's not working for the coaches on the sideline. They were making one guy take it off, and some kind of problem. You know, a lot of times this happens, Don. This is the truth. Now, you can go into certain stadiums, like in Cleveland times, you go in, the game will start, and everything's fine on the sidelines because the coaches have the contact with the box upstairs and so forth. They'll disconnect them. The home team will disconnect them, and then our coaches are standing on the sidelines without communications to the box upstairs. It's unfair, but it's happened before, believe me.
I've often wondered who's listening in when you're giving your plays down there.
Well,
it's not too
I'll
tough
tell you
to tap
what,
that, is it?
You know, you see how many mistakes are made. It's difficult enough to try to explain it when you're looking somebody in the face talking with them. To somebody to interpret it over the speakers would be more difficult, believe me.
Something is wrong. We're not sure what, but we're going to play football now as the ball is down inside the 45-yard line. And there it will be 1st and 10 for the Giants. James Thompson goes wide left as a receiver, and Robinson is wide to the right. John McVay alternating his running backs. He has two smaller backs in now, and Hammond and Coder. Pizarczyk drills in the flat, and Jimmy Robinson catches the ball at the 34-yard line, very close to a first down.
Very close to first down, and excellent coverage here by Bobby Howard coming up. Again, the play action, the fake to Cotto, a little roll to the right, and boy, does he drill this ball. He may be a little under the weather. I've never seen him throw better.
Yeah, you can't really handicap a guy, can you? The guy's supposed to come in here with flu and a bad leg, and his helmet on backwards, he goes out and has his best day.
That's right. Sometimes you end up forgetting about how sick you are, and you go out and you just try to overcome that, and you play well.
So with no score on the board, the Giants starting to mount a challenge now on their second possession. As you see, the Eagles with a dominance over the Giants over the last 2.5 seasons. Eagles come into the game with a record of 6-5. The Giants come in with a record of 5-6. Going to be second and really less than a yard for the Giants. The ball inside the Eagle 35-yard line. Lining up over the nose of the center is Big Charlie Johnson at 265 pounds. He's going to try to stack it up. They get a little wedge open in the Eagle defensive front, and the Giants take it through for the first down to the 32-yard line. Dennis Harrison, a 6'8", 275-pound rookie out of Vanderbilt. What's that they said about
moving
him?
the ball around real well as far as picking their spots, what they're doing. Good play calling right here because they've thrown the out on both sides. They run a little sweep. They go up the middle. They're mixing their play calling up real well right now.
Harrison came into the pro camp. One scout rated him, said he played like Tarzan, looked like Tarzan, played like Jane, so he got drafted a little low. Pizarczyk throws, open is Hammond. An old adage about taking what they give you here, Sonny, and the Giants are doing that.
Yes, he is. Early in the season, I thought a lot of their play action passes were for long passes. And we can see right here, they've been shorter pass patterns. They're throwing the ball quickly on time, and they're having some success with it.
The ball is now down to the 25-yard line. It's going to be second down and about 3 for the Giants. So again, they send Thompson and Robinson out to either side. Doug Coder looking to turn the corner, looks for that opening and then accelerates upfield inside the 20-yard line. They'll spot him down at the 20. The Giants have another first down.
Well, you got to give some credit to that offensive line. A good job of blocking here. Nothing fancy, a sweep. Gravel making a good block. Slowed up Harrison long enough so he could get outside. Herman Edwards making the tackle there, but enough for the first down. That drive still alive there on the 19-yard line.
This rivalry goes back a lot of years. This is the 88th meeting between the Giants and the Eagles.
I think I lost 40 of those against the Giants.
Pizarczyk looking into the end zone. He's got a man. Hammond, touchdown Giants. Well, that's a well-executed play. Wide receivers cleared it out, and Hammond snuck in there, and Pizarczyk put it right between his threes.
Boy, it was a well-conceived play because Hammond goes out again. The play action, the thing that made it the great pattern that Bobby Hammond ran here, goes outside and got into that seam inside the safety and the cornerback. You can see it from ground level here. He went outside. He looked like he was going to run a sideline pattern and cut back in the seam, got behind Ray Phillips.
Now Dinello, as we go back to live action, drills the extra point up and good. And so, with 7:25 left to play in the first quarter here at Giant Stadium, the Giants drive down the field 72 yards in 9 plays and connect on the scoring throw. Pizarczyk to Hammond, and they lead the game 7-0.
For Spidell watches.
They call me the greatest inventor ever, next to Tom Edison. But even I never dreamed of this beautiful Spidell chronograph. It gives me the time and date, but also 4 stopwatch functions. Great gift, Mona. Very inventive. Say, you have a beautiful Spidell digital, too.
Edison gave it to me.
Spidell's beautiful new digitals. Very inventive gifts.
The Giants have just driven 72 yards, put the first points up on a Pizarczyk to Hammond throw, and now they're ready to kick it off. Here's Dinello hitting the football. Campfield, a rookie out of Kansas State, is back. He's a good one. Gimona takes the ball low, moving up in front of him on a short kickoff, and Louis Gimona comes across the 30 and gets it out to the 37 or 8-yard line. Gimona, former New York Jet, picked up as a free agent, knocked down by Frank Marion, 28-yard return. Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 Central and Pacific, it's the CBS Sports Spectacular. Highlights of the Los Angeles Times 500 featuring 1978 NASCAR champion Cale Yarborough attempting to win stock car racing's final event of the year, and World's Strongest Men competition. This week, the competitors try to crank a 100-pound weight plus 10 pounds of equipment 10 feet off the ground as quickly as possible.
A wrist roll.
A wrist roll.
Ah, you got strong wrist.
I like that.
Gee whiz. A wrist roll.
Jaworski on a play fake. Swings it out, and his tight end catches the ball, Osborne, for very little gain. Got it across the 40, picked up about 3. Van Pelt was covering.
Just because of the rush of Mendenhall and George Martin then kept him from finding Harold Carmichael on a crossing pattern here. Good fake by Jaworski. He had Carmichael crossing right at the bottom of your screen, just went out of frame, and they had him open, but the rush kept him from going to him. He had to lay it off to Osborne.
Jaworski is a hard throw. We saw that well illustrated earlier when he drilled one off the hands of Osborne and went 15 or 20 yards further downfield and almost was intercepted. He's got to take something off him on those little out patterns.
Boy, those receivers come back and say, let up, let up.
Here's a handoff. Montgomery, boy, he sees that little opening and he just rockets into it. Wilbert Montgomery, a 5-yarder carry rusher, gets the ball out to the 45-yard line of Philadelphia, pickup of 3. Carson and Archer were on the stop for the Giants.
Minnesota has taken a 7-0 lead over San Diego on a 10-yard pass from Fran Tarkington to Ricky Jones.
A lot of times teams from California tend to fumble, don't they, in Minneapolis in November and December?
Are you kidding? That snow, they had to remove the snow. They don't even like to go out on the field up there.
Carmichael is out wide to the left now. They have 3 wide receivers in the game, the Eagles, on a 3rd and 4. Jaworski, here comes Carson on a blitz. The throw is intercepted by Van Pelt. Brad Van Pelt takes it back inside the Eagle 40-yard line and down to the 38. And so the Giants all-pro outside linebacker Van Pelt picks off Jaworski, and the Giants have back the ball.
He made it perfect. You see the delayed blitz by Carson. Mendenhall throwing his man. Good rush. Van Pelt played it perfectly. You see the position he has on Montgomery, picks it off. Big break for the New York Giants. Bad decision to throw the ball by Ron Jaworski. Montgomery was covered all the way.
There's a count you wish you could call back. I wouldn't.
You can't get it back. If you had a string, you'd pull that one back.
Jaworski now with 10 interceptions this year. Giants with a lot of diversity in their offensive play calling did something different on just about every play in that first drive that got the touchdown. Pizarczyk throws. He's got a man open. Johnny Perkins is chopped at the 20. But he gained 18 yards and a first down as Pizarczyk was falling down when he released the ball.
What an effort by Joe Pizarczyk. You don't think strength counts playing quarterback. Again, the fake, trying to get one. Frank Marion draped all around him. That's Reggie Wilkes draped around him as he goes down, throwing the ball. And look, right on target. What a throw.
Perkins came back at the ball when he saw Pizarczyk was in trouble. And the Giants get a big gainer, so they have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line of Philadelphia. Giants lead 7-0. Second back throw is Hammond. He's to the 17-yard line. Here's a marker. What do we have here?
Let's see. They're going to have some kind of either face mask or holding. One or the other. Yep. We're going to get a holding call.
So that'll set the Giants back 10 yards. Pizarczyk with excellent numbers early in the game, thrown the ball 6 times, completed 5 for 70 yards and the touchdown.
And the big scramble for the first down, too, that really helped him, got him out of a jam on a long yardage situation.
Holding 56, offense, first down.
He's told me before, Don, he'd try not to embarrass my number.
Hey, he looks like a tight end. He's 6'4",
he is big.
220 pounds. Joe Pizarczyk. First and 20 now for the Giants at the 30-yard line of Philadelphia. Pizarczyk stands in. He's got a guy so open in the end zone, he might drop it. He holds on. Boy, there was a blown coverage there. Perkins was so alone, there wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him.
And Pizarczyk is down. He's down on the field. He took a hit after the play. See if we can see it right here. Boy, does he do a good job just waiting for Perkins to clear. Right there, you see the hit on him. He went down, but look how open Perkins is. Nobody around him.
Eagles secondary is completely perplexed. There was nobody near him. Earlier we saw Perkins run that route. They doubled up on him, and Hammond came underneath, caught the ball for a touchdown. This time they stayed with Hammond apparently, and Perkins was all alone, and Jersey Joe's going to walk it off.
You need a hammer to take him down.
How do you feel when you go down? You never see the guy catch it. It must be a good feeling to look up and see 13 up.
Well, you can tell according to where you're playing. If the crowd reacts with a big roar, you know your man caught it. If it goes the other way, you know it's been intercepted.
Mallory with the hold and Danilo with the extra point for a second time. And so the Giants take command of the game early. 5:31 left to play in the first quarter here at Giant Stadium. And Jersey Joe Pizarczyk, despite the flu, has thrown for 2 touchdowns. It's 14-0.
Our little cats from Lincoln Mercury are tough on competition. Starting with October 6th production, our Bobcat wagons have more standard equipment than last year. And Bobcat's sticker price as shown is $41.42. Yet comparably equipped, it's $161 less than a 78. Right on, Bobcat. Zephyr wagon, comparably equipped, is priced over $500 less than Toyota Corona wagon and rated 23 cubic feet roomier. That's great, Zephyr. You'll find big values at the sign of the little cat.
Take any razor available in America. Any razor. Now there's an electric shaver that will shave as close or your money back. The Remington XLR. Remington can guarantee a close shave because only Remington has this remarkable 3-part system. The first head shaves close, the second closer. The unique intercept cutter is designed to shave longer hairs. The Remington XLR. It shaves as close as a blade or your money back.
Next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular, see highlights of the LA Times 500, plus the world's strongest men competition. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Giants are getting it done early here. 2 touchdowns up in the first quarter. Now a kickoff. It's a little Aaron's going to be picked up. 18-yard line by Giamona. He wants to play, doesn't he? And little Louis Giamona is hammered at the 27-yard line. Philadelphia gets it a second time. We've seen 2 touchdown throws now, Sonny, from Pizarczyk, first to Hammond, then to Perkins, where the receivers were wide open. What happened?
I think especially on the second one, Don, they made a mistake in the coverage because when they came off the field, the Eagles secondary, that's ranked second in the league, I think, got together and they were conferring about what had taken place. Somebody obviously made a mistake, blew the call.
So it's a 14-0 game. The Giants coming in as a slight underdog in this game. Gary Jeter in the defensive line left early, but we'll see if he was drawn offside by Philadelphia. Looks like he might have been. The Eagles are falling back.
San Diego has tied it up against Minnesota. It's now 7-7. Still in the first quarter. A 2-yard run by Ed Bauer. And listen to this. The St. Louis Cardinals are go up 14-0 now over the Washington Redskins. Hart is Abe Steve.
Hart has really been throwing well since he came back. The Eagle coaches were saying against them, he just couldn't do a thing with him.
They had to go into Washington very loose. Let's listen to the official here.
False start, moving before the snap, 76 offense, first down.
Call the right tackle, Jerry Sizemore, for illegal motion. He was the last #1 draft choice the Eagles had back in '73. Jaworski hands off. Here's Hogan running ahead. Archer hits him, and Carson also got him. So there was very little gain on the play. After the 5-yard penalty, they get back about 3. It'll be 3rd and 12. The Philadelphia Eagles disclosed today that the owner and president of the team, Leonard Toews, underwent successful open heart surgery last Tuesday at the Texas Heart Institute in Houston, Texas. The operation to replace an aortic valve was performed by Dr. Denton Cooley, and he's doing very well. Dr. Salvatore Carfagno of Norristown, Pennsylvania, traveled to Houston with Leonard Toews, and he's doing very well. We're happy to report. Handoff goes to Hogan. Lots of Giants there. Jack Gregory makes the hit along with Brian Kelly, an outside linebacker.
The old Statue of Liberty play. Giants not fooled by any means by it. Kelly stayed at home. Gregory makes a good play. Nobody to block for Tom Luking. He's coming around. He wanted to peel back on Gregory, but Kelly beat him there. Tough running against this New York Giant front seven.
Yeah, they play the run real well. Allow just over 4 yards per carry to the rush. Jaworski with a deep drop. He's got to take that. The rush is on. Here is a throw to Carmichael. So it's 92 straight games. And more importantly for the Eagles, it's a first down. A pickup of about 20 yards on the play.
Same pattern that was thrown behind him a little earlier from the... Boy, he really gets a late start off the ball, doesn't he? Ernie Jones taking his one shot, a little deep to be taking that one bump, too, after the 5-yard zone, that little chuck that he tried to hit him with then. But he came around, same type of pattern, a little center pattern. Good throw by Ron.
Boy, you see Carmichael down the field running patterns. You wonder how anybody can stay with him. 6'8", and his arms have got to be like a guy 6'10". Handoff to Montgomery. Giants coming up and hitting hard. Mallory was on the play. The advances out to the 43-yard line. Ernie Jones also on the play. Wilbert Montgomery. He was drafted in the 6th round in 1977. Giants remember him last year. Ran back a kickoff 99 yards for a touchdown that ultimately decided a game.
He had something like 754 yards going into this game and has missed some too, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's had that ankle problem. Held out the last 2 weeks. Part of another game. It's second down now and long for the Eagles. Second and about 8. Jaworski to Montgomery. Trying to slip up the middle against the Giant defense. Advances across the 46 out to the 47-yard line. Mendenhall, 64, was on the bottom. There is Ron Jaworski, drafted in the 2nd round by the Los Angeles Rams back in 1973 out of Youngstown State in Ohio. He had a great performance in the Senior Bowl. Pro scouts took to him there. Came to the Eagles in a trade where the Rams got rights to sign tight end Charles Young. Been a good trade for Philadelphia.
Yes, it was.
Third down and about 3. Jaworski gives off Montgomery, gets the first down and some more. Down to the 46-yard line of the Giants where Jack Gregory knocked him down.
Doing a good job now. The fact that they've fallen, they made a couple of mistakes in the secondary. Looked good movement up front that time. And Montgomery picks up the first down. Real smart of the Philadelphia Eagles now to come back, stay with their game plan. Do not panic, even though you're trailing 14-0 in the first quarter on mistakes.
Right now, they're winning at the line of scrimmage on these running plays. They weren't earlier. But the Giants have command of the game, 14-0 with 1 minute and 15 seconds to play in the first quarter. Jaworski has to hurry. He's got time. Home run ball. There's Carmichael. Carmichael loses the ball, stripped of it by 22, Ray Rhodes. Very nearly a 6-pointer for the Philadelphia Eagles.
What a great play by Ray Rhodes in staying with Carmichael. Good throw by Ron Jaworski. You see right here going back, he gets a little early rush by Mendenhall. Oh, Woody Peoples did a job on him. And then he makes a good throw, but watch this. Almost intercepted, almost a touchdown. That's how close it was. Both men fighting for the ball. Ooh, well, what a catch that would have been.
There's Carmichael, 6'8", and he wears high-heeled shoes and civilian dress and Superfly hats. Very big in Philadelphia. One of the most popular Eagles down there.
I tell you, he's big. He wants to wear high-heel shoes, he can.
Yeah, wear those big hats, too. Think you can see him coming in high-heeled shoes and a Superfly hat? Here comes Montgomery, and he is inside the 45-yard line, comes to an abrupt halt as he is shocked again by the middle linebacker, Harry Carson, who will bring a running play to an abrupt stop.
Carson, again, just all over the football field. Watch him, plays it. He takes a little hesitation step, plays off the block, right in on the play. And besides that, he's mean and strong. That's what hurts.
Boy, he's some player. 6'3", 235 pounds.
He's got 88 solo tackles coming into this game.
Plays the run as good as just about anybody. Giants go to 5 defensive backs now. Jaworski has a blitz against him. He dumps it off. The ball skips off the hands of Mallory, who broke up the pass. So the Giants throwing different defenses at Ron Jaworski. That time they came with 5 defensive backs, and one of them came on a blitz.
Yes, and they had excellent coverage, too, Besides adding all the pressure to Jaworski, so they stop this Eagle drive, and the Eagle's going to have to kick it away.
17 seconds to play in the first quarter, and the Giants lead the game 14-0. Bobby Hammond and Jimmy Robinson drop back deep as there is Mike Michel ready to punt for the Eagles. That has been a weak suit in Philadelphia's play this year, their overall kicking game, where it's been one of the Giants' strongest.
Lately, Michel has kicked well, though.
For a while there, they had a different place kicker every week. Same guys were coming back. He won't kick that one well. He got it away. That's fielded, fumbled, and recovered by Terry Jackson.
Well, he gets an A+ for effort then, I'll tell you that. What a job he does. A bad snap over the kicker's head. You see it. Dennis Franks on the snap, right over Michel's head. No chance to catch the ball. Going back, gets a pretty good hop here. He's chased down by McKinney, but look at the effort to get that football away. And Terry Jackson makes the catch.
Talking to Charlie Bednarik, the Eagles Hall of Famer, is with the team as a special coach. He was a great snapper and said in all modesty, he said, I can probably snap better than most guys in the league right now. It's a problem getting good snappers. Coder and Durning are now the setbacks. Dan Durning, a rookie out of Washington State, who has been the Giants' best per carry rusher, 5.5, but has had a shoulder problem that's limited his playing time. Gets ahead for short yardage. Wilkes knocked him down, and the first quarter comes to an end. So the first quarter comes to an end here at Giants Stadium in East Rutherford, with the Giants a surprising 14-0 leader.
Homeward bound, coast of New England. The Navy. See a recruiter or call toll-free. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we challenged hotshot Dick Tchaikovsky to play the Mattel Electronics football game. Dick doesn't know, inside is a tiny thinking computer that plays like a whole team of pros. Dick's got the ball, but that computer defense is tough. He drives up the middle, stopped cold. 1 yard. Now Dick cuts left, down the sidelines, touchdown. Mattel Electronics Pocket Football with a built-in computer.
Hey, who's in there?
Oh.
Owens Corning built these 3 houses at its research center in Ohio to study the effect of 3 different levels of insulation. Nobody lives inside, but hundreds of electronic sensing devices measure the heat that flows out during winter and in during summer. What we're learning here helps us give you better advice about insulating your home, whether it's old or brand new. Want to know about insulation? Ask the experts. Ask Owens Corning.
Let's watch that punt by Mike Michel of the Eagles a little bit ago. He did a great job. Here he is after fielding an over-the-head snap. He's fair game anyway once that ball hits down.
Boy, he did an excellent job just getting that thing away.
It's like a Pele bicycle kick. So the ball is now to the 39-yard line. The Giants have it there, 1st and 10. They lead the game 14-0. Couldn't move the first time they had the ball. Scored touchdowns on their next possession. Rather, 2nd and 6 as we open the second quarter. Coder turns the corner and somehow slipped by some Eagles and got up the sideline out pretty close to the 48-yard line.
He made a nice little move. He dipped in and kind of froze everybody, then had the speed to get back outside. Watch this move that he makes to kind of freeze everybody. Makes the handoff here. Watch it now. Here he comes in. Looks like he's going upfield. Everybody kind of slows up a little bit. And look at the rush. He gets around everybody there and picks up the first down. Good move.
And good for a first down for the Giants out to their 47-yard line. Robinson comes in motion. Eagle defense switches now as Pizarczyk throws in the flat. Robinson going for the ball and ruled to come in on the one hop.
James Thompson, he thought he caught it. Official Official in good position there to see whether this came up. Again, the play action.
Official's right
Giants
there.
having a lot of success with this. Joe is 6 out of 7 before this throw. Let's see if we can pick it up. The official says he trapped it, and you see where the official's standing.
Didn't have it, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10 now for the Giants at their 47-yard line. Robinson comes out wide to the left. Perkins, a flyer, is out wide to the right. He has 1 touchdown reception. Hammond has the other for the Giants. His lead 14-0 early in the 2nd period. They go up the middle to Durning. Big 220-pound rookie fullback, and he crosses midfield. Somebody being attended to. Put his hand back together. Center, Guy Morris.
Johnson made the tackle.
So the ball is now on the Eagles side of the field. It is down to the Philadelphia 48-yard line. 3rd down coming up for the Giants.
The center's hands are like a piano player's hands. He's got to be able to control that football and having that exchange with the quarterback.
You can't wear those gloves, those padded gloves. Nazarczyk drills hard, and it's well broken out. Dropping back was Lemaster, one of the Eagles' 4 linebackers. Wilkes, Lemaster, Berge, and Ray Phillips backing the line. So that brings up 4th down, and Jennings is in for his 2nd punt of the game.
The Eagles borrowed a page from the Giants, and they came with a strong safety blitz. Randy Logan was in blitzing that time instead of covering on the pass.
John Shira is back deep as Jennings is ready to hit it. There is Shira, 2 times MVP for UCLA. Quarterback the UClans when they upset Ohio State in the Rose Bowl in '75. He's going to let it go. And it hops into the end zone for a touchback, and the Eagles go on offense 1st and 10 at their 20. A 48-yard punt by Dave Jennings of the Giants. That stops the clock with 13:57 to play in the 1st half, and the Giants holding to a 14-0 lead.
Hey, nice. Where'd you get it?
Avis Rent-A-Car.
Avis introduces rent-a-cars you wish you owned, like the Chevy Caprice.
I think I'll park it myself.
The Cadillac Sedan DeVille. The Olds Cutlass. Buick Regal. The Pontiac Grand Prix. Rent-a-cars you wish you owned. Avis now features GM cars.
Sonny, there's a great one coming up. Next Thursday, Thanksgiving Day here on CBS, the Redskins and the Cowboys with their 2nd meeting. They'll play at Irving, Texas.
Washington must have been looking forward to playing Dallas on Thanksgiving because they're not playing much today so far against the St. Louis Cardinals, trailing 14-0.
They got one. Is it 14-0 now?
14-0.
That is a big upset if that goes through. Eagles have the ball as they go to a 1st down carry. Wilbert Montgomery, Giant linebackers keying on him as Philadelphia's most productive running back is cut down for no gain. Might have lost a yard. Martin hit him along with Brian Kelly. Now it's 21-0.
Cardinals now leading Washington 21-0. Hart has thrown 2 touchdown passes and that 70-yard punt return by Willard Harrell.
So Washington and Dallas wins today would be tied. That game would decide the leader in the NFC East next Thursday. Jaworski goes to the long count, gives off to Montgomery, and he breaks tackles and gets ahead for a 1st down. On a 2nd and 10 carry, Wilbert Montgomery got ahead for 14 yards and an Eagle 1st down.
Boy, he makes a good run here. The draw play, you see the blocking develop. Morris going through, trying to block Carson. He makes Carson take a side, but you see the strength of Wilbert Montgomery right here as he breaks Brian Kelly's tackle, keeps going. Finally, Van Pelt comes over and makes the play. 15-yard gain. Montgomery's got 43 yards and 8 carries so far.
But the Eagles have not moved the ball with consistency against the Giant defense. They've not thrown well at all. Handoff right back to Wilbert Montgomery. He's a glider. Changes pace, shifts gears, and rips into the middle, gets ahead to the 40 to the 39-yard line. Kelly on the knockdown for the Giants. Clock running in the 2nd quarter. 12:20 to play in the half. Giants leading 14-0. Jaworski is an amazing guy to be starting this game today. He was really shaken up. Play against the Jets last week, threw a touchdown pass, was hit, left the game with very severe back spasms.
Talked to him on the field. He said, how do you feel? He says, very stiff. I want to avoid getting hit. Said, good luck.
That's the object. Hogan spins off, gets ahead out across the 40, close to the 42. Archer knocked him down for the Giants. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short carry now, as the Eagles, without points yet, start to move the ball with runs.
Big play here for them. They need to keep this drive alive. Coming in with Bill Larson, 2 tight end offense.
Giants putting up 2 first-quarter touchdowns on throws from Pizarczyk, first to Hammond, then to Johnny Perkins. They like that Washington score here at Giant Stadium. Montgomery runs ahead. It's going to look like he's got the first down. He had to get to the 45. He did. So the Eagles get a tight one, but they do get the first down. Carson and Archer on the stop. We'll watch him do it again.
He just does pick it up here. Just a little lead block. Falling in, gets across Colin Hogan's block there, and he just gets across the 45-yard line, or right on the 45-yard line, about a half a yard by the first down marker.
For the most part, he has been the Eagle offense, 50 yards and 10 carries. Jaworski takes a deep drop. He's got time. He swings it out. Too much on the ball. Hogan going for it, and there's a penalty marker down in the secondary.
Downfield is some kind of interference call. Either the chucking rule, holding. We'll have to wait till the call to see what it was. Way downfield. Yep, that's what it's going to be.
An illegal chuck. Somebody got hit beyond 5 yards.
See if we can pick this up on Harold Carmichael and see if he is. Here we see him right now. Watch him. Let's see how many yards he goes. He's past the 5-yard mark. Yes, and there he's touched. You're not allowed to do that, Mr. Rhodes. And that wasn't even a. I know he did knock him off stride even, but that's the new ruling.
Can't touch him beyond 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. So the defensive penalty gives the Eagles a first down at midfield. They trail in the game 14-0. 10:28 to play in the first half. Hogan runs hard, slips off the left side down to the 46-yard line. He got 4. Kelly was on the hit for the Giants, as the game has not had much drama when the Eagles have had the football, but they can strike quickly. Jaworski's got a full field arm, and he's got a guy, Carmichael, who can get that deep.
They made a couple of mistakes in an excellent drive. From what I understand, the best drive of the year for the New York Giants, and we hit Bobby Hammond. Excellent play to get them their first touchdown, and then the Eagles made a mistake in the secondary. Big mistake, and left Johnny Perkins all alone.
And that made it 14-0 with Canelo's extra point. That's how it stands now. You can sure hear the count when Jaworski calls it. Swings it out. He just threw the ball away. He was rushed, and the man, his safety valve there, Hogan, was also covered, so Jaworski just put it on the ground in front of him.
John Mendenhall came over. He wanted a lateral on that play. Whether or not it was a forward pass or a lateral. Now they call it an incompleted pass.
It was forward, looked to be.
Yeah, from my angle, and we're in pretty good position here, sitting right on the 50, that it was a forward pass.
There's a big contrast in the quarterback statistics. Jaworski has now thrown the ball 9 times, has completed only 2 for 20 yards, and he's been intercepted once. Pizarczyk has completed 6 of 9 for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Giants. Carmichael comes wide to the right. Ken Payne is at the top of your screen, the flanker left. Jaworski on 3rd and 6 has to hurry. He puts it up. Man is open. His tight end Osborne holds on and gets a first down at the Giant 34. So Osborne, as the Giant secondary was back in a deep zone, comes underneath and is wide open.
Yes, a crossing pattern again. Good call against these zones. Good pass blocking here. Look at the time he has to throw the ball. Makes not a good throw here. Throws it behind him. Oh, almost lost the handle on it. Makes a good catch.
Hear that term, the zone defense. Of course, the defensive players have a particular area of the field to protect. Do most teams have that now?
I didn't know that. What is that again? Say that again.
You were looking for that man coverage.
That's right, exactly right. They have a zone they go to, and you can cross those zones and find the open spots. That's a nice picture. I'm going to write that down, Brian.
Montgomery takes it down to the 29. Reading defenses. I guess you do that during the week, huh?
Yes, you do. Well, you watch his tackle by Harry Carson. Boy, he punishes ball carriers when he hits them. He makes them pay the price for getting down there in his territory. Watch this. Plays off the block, and then, down.
Yeah, but he made the tackle 5 yards downfield. Actually, the center did a pretty good job there.
Yes, he did.
Guy Morris held him off the play. So it's 2nd and 5 now for the Eagles at the 29-yard line of the Giants. Montgomery caught from behind. John Mendenhall comes through. A loss of 5 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 10.
John Mendenhall, one of the smartest defensive tackles, obviously read the pull of the guard who was pulling. Tough block for Morris coming over trying to make the play. He went with the guard, gets a hand on Montgomery and pulls him down. No chance for Montgomery to run. Good smart play by Mendenhall.
So that gives the down and yardage a whole different look for the Eagles and the Giant defense as it's now 3rd and 10. Eagles with their deepest penetration. They're inside the Giant 35. Jaworski throws, and Carmichael catches his 2nd ball of the day, and this again is good for a 1st down.
Good throw that time by Ron Jaworski. Had to throw the ball real early, covered by Ernie Jones. He threw it just a simple turn-in pattern. He didn't have double coverage this time on Carmichael. Watch this. Watch how quickly he sets and throws the ball. Already throwing the ball. He just turned. Watch him practice that before the game down on the field, and they had to throw that ball real early to make sure that defender doesn't have an opportunity to react and come back and make the play on the ball.
Giants were the last team to shut out Harold Carmichael. That's when his streak started. That was back in 1972. Giants held him without a reception ever since 1972. He's caught one in every game he's played in. He's played in every game the Eagles have played. Wide is Hogan, and he is knocked down for a loss as the Giants come up. Ray Rhodes forces the run in. Jack Gregory also is on the knockdown.
Gregory just plays off the block here and just strings it out. Just a slant by the fullback, Hogan. He plays off. Look at the position he has on Wallace. Plays it off, and he's in good position to make the play, and some help from Ray Rhodes. Had a 3-yard loss on the play. The New York Jets are leading the New England Patriots 7-3.
Now Carmichael goes wide left. Wide to the right is Ken Payne on a 2nd down and 13 play. Jaworski looks. Carmichael's out there. Broken up by Ernie Jones. Carmichael had a touchdown, and Jones came from off the play and slapped it down.
I tell you, Ernie Jones makes an excellent play. He actually stayed in the middle defensively here, hoping Jaworski would throw this ball. He looked like he was open early, but then he starts moving. You see, he covers a lot of ground, goes up, just gets a hand on it. If not, the Eagles had their first touchdown.
Tell you one thing, he can get up as high as the big guy. Ernie Jones, who came here as a free agent. He was cut by Seattle because they said he wasn't a hitter, but he's proved to be that with the Giants. Been very consistent as the free safety. Eagles with a 3rd down now. 3rd and 13. Giants leading 14-0. Jaworski with a problem. Into the end zone, man is there. Again, the Giants come off the play, and this time it's Ray Rhodes who slaps it down in front of Charlie Smith. Smith was open. He was standing and waiting, and as the ball came in, Rhodes had time to recover and go back on it.
Jaworski forced out of the pocket here when he wanted to throw the ball. He gets forced out of the pocket. He does have Montgomery open. He went for the touchdown. Doesn't have anybody. Good coverage in the secondary. Kind of moves left. and watch the throw, and he's got a man open again, but you see Rhodes coming over, almost an interception. Boy, that's 2 plays in a row where they could have had a touchdown or an interception, right?
Giants had 2 guys open in the first quarter in the end zone and resulting in 2 touchdowns. Field goal attempt is blocked, and the Giants have the ball at the Eagle at their 32-yard line. Second field goal attempt by Nickemeyer never left the line of scrimmage.